Trent Steele, Assistant Principal at Papillion La Vista South. And anyone who knows me knows that in my spare time, I like to go out in a Jeep and do some off-roading. But today, we're going to talk about parking, and we're going to talk about the best way to get into Papillion La Vista South when you come to school. As you can see, we're on Highway 370, and we're going to show you right now the first option. Option number one is to pull into the outside turning lane. Now, I'll tell you at the outset, one thing to remember, the best strategy when it comes to parking at Papillion La Vista South, especially at the beginning of the year, is to arrive early. The earlier you get here, the less congested it's going to be. And it'll save everyone a lot of headaches if you do. So, strategy number one, get here early. But when we turn here, we're going to stay in the outside lane, and we'll show you where to go next. As you can see, as we make the turn, we're going to go past the first entrance and we're going to go to the second entrance. You also notice that my hand is firmly planted on this handbar. Safety first, kids. You'll take the second turn. And you'll notice as we reach the front of the school, there's going to be a parking lane and a driving lane. Move as far down as possible to the far end, as we're doing right now. Watching for pedestrians all the way. When we get to our spot, be sure to have your books and things ready to go so you can get out quickly. Now, as you know, I'm an assistant principal and Mr. Johnson's the principal, but if this were a parenting relationship, this is the part where, before I leave, I'd get a hug, right?
Have a good day, son.
No hug?
No hug.
We're going to show you option two. Option two involves going into the inside lane. And we'll show you where to go once we make the turn. Okay, we're now making the turn, and you notice we're staying in the inside lane. We will turn into the first entrance. And it's the same as with option one. You want to have your stuff ready to go, ready to get out quickly. Be careful as you get out. Watch for traffic. Watch for students. And we pull as far forward as possible. And that's option two.
Trent, don't get sent to the principal today.
I'll try not to. What we're going to show you is how students are supposed to park when they come onto school grounds. Remember to be in the outside lane. You notice we're making the turn, and we're in the outside lane, and I'm still holding on to the handlebar here, just in case. When we make the turn into the parking lot, you notice that Mr. Johnson turns immediately into this row. We want students who are here to park to turn down this first row and then start looking for parking places. This is where, when we talk about the Titan Way and safety, this is where it becomes more than words on a page. We need students to drive at a low speed as they go through this parking lot and park in a safe manner. We do not want students to park on these, what we call end caps. Those need to be left open for emergency vehicles and for other vehicles to pass through. We're now on the third option. Some of our students and their families will be coming to school from the south, taking the Schramm Road route. And the thing we have to be careful about is that this northbound route, the cars that are coming from 370 coming down this way have to yield to these cars that are going north. And so we're trying to reduce as much traffic as possible going northbound. The most optimal route will be to turn in at the first entrance to the stadium grounds. And as with the other options, students, when you come onto the grounds, get your books ready and be ready to get out of your vehicle. Please move as far forward along the curb as possible. Students can be dropped off here, and then once they are dropped off, we're urging you to go back through the parking lot and out the same entrance that you came. I'd appreciate it if we can keep 108th Street as clear as possible for oncoming traffic to avoid backups on 370. On behalf of our pilot, Mr. Jeff Johnson, and the other members of the Papillion La Vista South administrative team, we thank you for listening. We appreciate very much in advance your patience and your willingness to work with us. It's a very busy time of year, and it just takes a little time to get in the routine of how the parking lot works. Thank you for your time.
Buckle up and no texting and driving.